Hi there, today I'm here in Ballina and my destination today is from Ballina up to Toowoomba. Now to get from Ballina to Toowoomba I looked at the easiest way to get there, and the easiest way to get there is book a seat with Greyhound, and they'll come in here and pick you up at I forget what time it is, it's in the morning, and they'll take you through to Brisbane, and then you'll change in Brisbane for another bus out to Toowoomba. That's the easiest way to do it, but it's also the most expensive. I think the early bird fares start from around $75. There's not much discount for seniors here, and it goes through to about $120. And when I looked at it, the early bird fares had gone, so I was looking a little bit less than $120. Now, if you know me, I'm not the sort of guy who pays that much to go somewhere. I like to pay about $2.50 when I go somewhere. So I looked a bit further and I thought, well, once I can get to Tweed Heads, I can get into the Southeast Queensland 50-cent fare area. So I get most of the way to Toowoomba for 50 cents, or $1 will probably be. So I looked in, there was a bus train link coach that leaves here about 3:30, and that could take me to Tweed Heads, but 3:30 in the morning, that's a little bit too early even for me. So then I looked a bit further, then I saw this other one called Premier Motor Service, and their fare was about $13 for seniors up to Tweed Heads. Then I searched a little bit further through their website, and it said that I could get a seniors $2.50 fare from anywhere between Lismore, Ballina, Byron Bay and Tweed Heads for just $2.50. But I couldn't book it on the website, I had to call them. So I called them and I got a $2.50 ticket from Ballina through to Tweed Heads. Anyway, the bus should be here in a few minutes, and the first stop is Byron Bay, then it's pretty much a clean run through to Tweed Heads. And once we get there, I'll tell you more about how I'm getting there. Anyway, I hope you'll stay with us for today. And by the way, my name's Kerry and welcome to my YouTube channel, Public Transport and Card Hacks. Well, here comes the bus now. That's it, Premier Motor Service. Well, we're just north of Byron Bay, heading into Byron Bay, and of course it's just after 8 o'clock in the morning, and of course there's a traffic jam, but that's typical Byron Bay.
Usually the traffic jam's right down the other end of town.
Well, here we are at Byron Bay. We've got a few more getting on, and a few have just got off. Now we just stopped here at Genera. The bus driver's gonna refuel the bus. Now he's told us that no one is allowed to get off the bus. Now it's very tempting to sneak off the bus and go and get a cup of coffee, but if you do that, he said he doesn't do a head count before he departs, and there's a chance you'll get left behind and he's not going to come back and pick you up. Anyway, we're lucky today. We've missed the Burring Bar range, so we're not going into Toowoomba. So we'll probably arrive at Tweed Heads a little bit earlier. Well, we're back on the road again. Okay, here we are at Tweed Heads, right on time. Well, that's Premier Motor Services for you, isn't it? Now we're going to wait here for a few minutes and wait for the 760 bus. Now here's the 700 bus, which would take you to Broadbeach South, and then you can catch the tram through to Helensvale and go to Brisbane that way. But we're going to wait for the 760 and we're going to catch that through to Varsity Lakes and then catch the train from Varsity Lakes into Brisbane. Now I'd love to grab a cuppa, but I don't think I have time. We're in Queensland. The travel on the buses here and the trains, you can use a regular Go card, which I've got here, or if you haven't got a Go card, you can just use your Visa or MasterCard. Now here comes the bus we want now, the 760 to Robina. And it also stops on Varsity Lakes along the way. G'day, mate. Thank you. Well, we've just crossed the border and here we are in Coolangatta. Welcome to Queensland. Now this bus, the 760 we're on, also goes via the Gold Coast Airport here at Coolangatta. Thanks very much. Here we are at Varsity Lakes. Hope that train down there will wait for us. Well, this rain, it's certainly not much of a Gold Coast sort of a day, is it? There's the lift there. We'll take the stairs. Get a bit of exercise. How long before you go?
6 minutes.
6 minutes. Well, here's the train we want and it leaves in 6 minutes. So that's not too bad. This looks comfortable. Now what time have we got? 11 o'clock. I've been a bit worried today
This
about
is a Brisbane City and Brisbane Airport train, running express from Beenleigh to Bongo Road, stopping only at Loganlea and Altandi. The next station is Robina.
I was a bit concerned about trains in Brisbane today because they're having a strike and they're only running trains to Saturday or weekend timetable. So we'll see how we go.
Robina station, right hand side, direction we are going, Robina.
Nareen. I was staying in Ballina overnight, and through the night it just poured with rain. And then I come up here, and I got on the bus at Tweed Heads, and I heard the bus driver talking to someone on his phone, and they were saying that there's a road cut somewhere. And also, I see a lot of the creeks are really swollen up here. Hopefully we don't get caught in a flood. And it's still pouring down out there.
Hellsvale Station, platform on our right hand side, direction of our journey, Helensvale. This train will now run express from Beenleigh to Altandy and Logan Lee, then stopping at Boggo Road, but Beenleigh Station, right hand side.
Now with the wet weather, it appears they're having problems with the signalling, and they've just announced that the train is going to sit here for quite a while. Well, they fixed the signalling up, and they've advised us to alight the train, go up over the bridge, over the overhead, and there's a bus station, and catch a bus into the city. Oh well.
Attention customers, Queensland Rail apologises for the delay. We do not have a time frame on how long until we get a signal to proceed. If you need to get into the city or need to go to the airport, my advice is get off here and get the buses into the city. Platform staff have been advised to direct you over to the busway. As we say, we do not have a time frame.
What to do now? We'll get off, go up and have a look, and see what's happening upstairs on the at the bus stop. Now I suppose I'd better tap off.
You have to use that too.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to tap off, and because if I don't tap off, I won't be able to get on the bus without $1 fine. So we'll go up here and see what's going on up here. Now let's see, here's a bus down here. There's that going, it's probably going into the city. Yeah. Here comes another one. And we're going to Roma Street. But we seem to have to go over the other side and catch an M2. We'll catch this lift up here. Well, evidently I was on the wrong station. We have to go over to this side. They said that they'd have people on the station directing us, but I haven't seen anyone helping. People are just standing around totally confused. We'll go down here, see what we can find. Where's that go to?
It generally goes to the city.
Does it?
North. Where are you heading?
Roma Street.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much.
Yeah, this one goes directly to Roma Street.
Thank you. Something tells me we're going the wrong way. There's Roma Street there. No, I think we are in the right metro. Well, with all the confusion, I forgot to tap on it. And it's showing, please wait. So I'll tap on when we stop at the next station. Well, we're now at South Bank, and we've got about 3 more stops before we get to Roma Street. We're getting there bit by bit. Okay, here we are at Roma Street. Now, we'll find the train heading out to Ipswich. Well, here we are at Roma Street. I think I know my way around here. No, that's the wrong way. This way. Well, it's still confusing. I was going the wrong way and then I was going the right way and then I was going the wrong way and then I asked these construction workers which way are the trains and they said you've got to go outside, down a little bit, and the trains are just down here. Ipswich in 5 minutes. That's pretty good. I was just speaking to a woman and she said that all trains are stopped. There's been some problem. We'll go in and we'll see what's going on. We'll go up. Let's see, we'll go up to platform 8. Wish me luck. I think I need it.
Service, your attention please, your attention please, the next 30 go service.
Well, it appears we've got an Ipswich train in 2 minutes. Okay, here's our Ipswich train now.
Belongings need to be placed either on your lap or underneath your seat.
Anyway, I've just climbed aboard the train out to Ipswich. Now my plan today is to travel out to Ipswich, get off there, and then I'm going to catch another train from Ipswich to Rosewood. And then once I get to Rosewood, I'm going to change for a bus which is going to take me out to Gatton. Now Gatton is basically the end of the Brisbane 50 cent area. So to look at it from the beginning, I've come from Ballina to Tweed Heads for $2.50, then 50 cents from Tweed Heads through to Gatton. It might be more, it might be $1 because they give a 2-hour time limit on your travel. So that's $3.50 from Ballina to Gatton. Now, I've got to get from Gatton to Toowoomba. Now, the only way I could find, there is Murray's bus service and there's also Greyhound. Now with Greyhound, they're the only one that stops at Gatton.
If this is your station, prepare to disembark.
So Greyhound is the only bus or coach service which stops at Gatton. So I booked a ticket on that, and that cost me, it's only a small way from Gatton to Toowoomba, but it cost me $17.
Now arriving at Ipswich Station, platform on the left hand side, direction of travel.
Well, here we are at Ipswich, and change here for the Rosewood train. Lift here.
Doors opening on Concord.
Rosewood, 4 minutes, platform 3. Let's see, platform 3, just down here. 4 minutes to go.
station is Ballina. For security reasons, please do not leave personal possessions.
Okay, here we are approaching Rosewood. We get off here to catch the bus to Gatton.
Rosewood Station. This train terminates here. All customers, please exit the train.
Now here we are at the bus stop, straight out front of the station, and there's quite a few people waiting for the bus. I'm surprised. I thought I'd be the only one on the bus. There's quite a few people waiting. Maybe a lot of them are doing the same. They've got the same idea as me, is go right through to Gatton, then catch the Greyhound from Gatton, cut down the cost. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay, I think this is ours now. Now the big worry was, would this service from Brisbane to Gatton get us to Gatton on time? Because the Greyhound bus, which I booked on, leaves at 3:10, and this bus is due to arrive at 2:50. So I've got a 20-minute window. Hopefully the bus is on time now, the trains are on time, everything's going good, so keep your fingers crossed. Well, there certainly is some interesting old Queenslanders around Rosewood here. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. There's a few sunflowers in there. Look at all the corn. There's the showgrounds. That looked like cabbages back there. Cabbages and the corn on the other side.
That's broccoli.
Broccoli. Ready to be harvested. Barley. Red cabbage. Carrots. Potatoes.
This individual might be waiting for it as well.
Thanks very much. Well, welcome to Gatton. A couple of minutes past 3 and the bus is due in at 10 past 3. So we've just made it on time. Now I really like to go for a tour around town, but we haven't got time. I've only got 8 minutes. Okay, here's Gatton Station. Now this line, of course, from here continues up to Toowoomba, and from Toowoomba out to Roma and right out as far as Charleville. Now there's 2 trains a week go from Brisbane through to Charleville and back. Well, here's our bus now. It's got Mount Isa on it, but it is a Greyhound. Well, Toowoomba, here we come. Plus, we're getting a tour of Gatton on the way. Now, the distance from Gatton to Toowoomba is 35k. Well, we had a little bit of sunshine back there, which was nice, but it didn't last very long.
Will you collect up all your personal belongings before you leave us? Don't leave anything behind.
Welcome to Toowoomba here in the beautiful Darling Downs. The Darling Downs. What a beautiful name for our regional area, eh? You can't beat that. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is find my way to my hotel. Oh, it's a bit cooler here than down on the coast. It's up around here. Now this looks like the main street. I think it's called Margaret Street. Ah yes, there it is, Margaret Street. And if I'm right, it's up this way. Yeah, just give us a schooner of 4X gold, thanks mate. Cheers. Beautiful. As usual, it's going the wrong way. I was walking west, staying at the Applegum Inn Motel, and it's on East Margaret Street. Yeah, I was hoping to find something really close to the bus station, So, but the only place that I could find was sort of pretty cheap old hotels with a shared bathroom, or other places which are about $400 a night. Because I didn't want to pay that much. Looks like it's about somewhere between about a 5 and 10 minute walk. Well, it's been a long hot summer. It's a bit chilly now, but those autumn leaves are very welcome. Well, here it is, the Applegum Inn. Well, that was a bit further than I expected it to be. When I looked at the map on Google, it was a bit over a kilometre. It was a bit of a walk, mainly because it was all uphill. Anyway, I worked off that beer. Now let's see, room 7. Ah, perfect. Very nice. So we've got the bathroom. Oh yeah? Okay, it's a little bit too far from town for me, and the walk was uphill. So, but the good thing, when I walk back into town tomorrow morning, it'll all be downhill. Anyway, it worked off the beer. The room's nice. Appears to have a nice bed, and it was $108, $108.80, and I booked it on expedia.com.au. Anyway, I'll give the link in the bottom if you're interested in staying here. Well, here at the Applegum Inn, they have a restaurant, but I asked about it, and they said they're not open. They're having problems trying to find staff. Anyway, so I thought I'll have a look and see what else. And right next door is the Comfort Inn, and they have a restaurant. So we'll go and have a look in there. This looks pretty good. $19.99. But anyway, here's my Wiener Schnitzel with salad and chips and pepper sauce. And of course, a glass of red wine. Cheers.
You're a little too quick.
Well, that was excellent. That was a really nice restaurant and a really nice meal. Wow, what a great deal. Anyway, I'm heading back to my hotel room, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, it's chilly out here. Hey. Well, I had a good night's sleep last night. About 9 hours. I was really tired. And this morning I'm back here at the bus station at Toowoomba. Now I've booked a seat on Murray's coaches to take me down to Brisbane. Now I thought I'd come up by bus and train. That was good. It was a really good trip up yesterday. I enjoyed every minute of it. But I thought, oh, I'll take the coach in. And it's interesting because coming up on the bus and train, I think it cost me about, I was looking around about $15, $16. But the bus going back, the coach going back, well, that's cost me, I think, about $33. So coming up by bus and train, saving about $17. Anyway, now this trip down on the bus will be a lot quicker than the train and bus system I use coming up here, but that's all right. I really wanted to catch the train back to Brisbane, but the train runs 2 days a week, and the problem is at the moment they're on strike, so the train's not running. Count that out. So anyway, hopefully I'll enjoy the trip back. I better get on the bus because it's leaving in 2 minutes.
Thanks, and enjoy your trip, and we thank you for choosing to travel with Murray's.
Well, we're on our way. I'm aboard the 6 a.m. service from Toowoomba to Brisbane with Murray's. Thanks, mate. Thanks very much. Well, welcome here to Roma Street in Brisbane. The time is now 8:20, so the trip has taken us 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is not too bad. The bus, or the coach, now continues on to the airport. Now, so what sort of a trip was it? Well, I didn't really get a good seat. I got an aisle seat halfway down the bus, and they're tiny little seats and you're stuck in the middle. It's very uncomfortable, and everyone around me, people around me pulled the screens across, so I couldn't see out. Just had to sit there for 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes looking at Facebook. Now, would I do it that way again by bus, coming from Toowoomba down to the city, or all the way from Brisbane to Toowoomba by bus? No, I wouldn't. I'd much prefer to go on the train, because you go on the train, you got plenty of room to move, you got numerous services throughout the day. Okay, you got to change from train to bus, and then to coach for the final part of the journey with Greyhound, but still, at least you got room to move. And of course, on the bus going through from Rosewood through to Gatton was the best part of the journey, because it was going through little towns, and the bus driver gave me an incredible tour as we went through, telling me all about how they grew the vegetables and what was growing and everything. He knew everything about it. He was a local bus driver. It was fantastic. The trip going up was fantastic. The trip coming down, okay, we got here a lot quicker, but it was just totally boring sitting in that bus. Anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to find a cafe and grab a cup of coffee, because when I left at 6 a.m. this morning in Toowoomba, it was just completely black and nobody was open. And the only thing I had was a cup of coffee at the motel room, and it was that international roast, you know. Oh, that is terrible coffee. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is find a cup of coffee, have a bit of a break, and then I'm going to start on another video. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.